So, what's intermittent fasting?
I don't know. Let's talk about it.
So, I wanted to bring on Will, my husband, and talk about intermittent fasting. So, I personally have not tried really any type of lifestyle diet or anything. That just happens to be the way my body reacts. We personally don't really eat a lot of junk food anyway, but I have not had to really cut out any certain foods or certain things like that to meet my goals. So, that is unique to me. But my husband, on the other hand, definitely has to be more, we'll say, diet conscious on what he eats to be able to maintain his goals. And intermittent fasting was one of the key things that got him to where he's at. So I wanted him to come on and discuss intermittent fasting.
Okay, well, first I'll start with what intermittent fasting really is. A lot of people think of intermittent fasting just being fasting. You're just starving yourself for long periods of time, when that's really not what it is. What intermittent fasting is you're retraining your body to recognize a certain time of the day that it's going to be taking in food. So we all technically do a form of it. Through nighttime when we sleep, we go several hours without eating. What the intermittent fasting lifestyle is, basically you're adding on to that window. You have two windows. You have a fasting window and a feeding window. For me personally, I have a 6-hour feeding window and a 18-hour fasting window. So in that fasting window, I'm taking in only water. Sometimes I'll do like a watered down juice or something, but basically you're taking in very little to no calories during that fasting window, which teaches your body to only rely on the its own fat cells for an energy source. During the feeding window is when you're taking in the nutrients that you need, like the calories, the sugar, the protein, that kind of fuels your body's more explosive energy source. So typically what you want to do is have your feeding window kind of centering around your more active area of your day, where it needs more of that explosive energy, more fuel, more sugar to get yourself through what you're doing. So for me, when I started intermittent fasting, I was 220 pounds, a little bit over. And I started going on 3 years ago. And after I started, I dropped about 50 pounds. So I dropped into the mid 170s. Right now I'm right around 180 pounds. The reason why I started intermittent fasting was with our competing in jiu-jitsu, doing tournaments, I got tired of my weight bracket. At 220 pounds, my weight bracket went from 200 pounds up to 270 pounds.
Which sucks.
It does a lot, because you get like 250 plus pound people that in a tournament where you're going for points, they'll just get on top of you and lay on you for 5 minutes, which is not fun.
Which I have to deal with that anyway, regardless of what weight bracket I'm in. But that's okay. We're not going to talk about that. That's for another video.
Right. So, like I said, going on 3 years ago, I started intermittent fasting. A good amount of the weight kind of came off fairly quick. But you hit plateaus, you hit times where it slows down some or kind of went up a little bit. And I'm not gonna lie, there are days where it was a struggle, but kind of overall, it wasn't that big of a adaptation for me to make. I transitioned pretty easily into it. But yeah, I know I've gotten a lot of questions on it, a lot of feedback, a lot of people thinking, oh, I'm just starving myself, which again, I want to clear up. That is not what intermittent fasting is. It is retraining your body to recognize food during one period and then rely on its own energy source, which is fat, during the rest of the time. So typically, if it's done properly, your body is burning fat throughout the whole fasting window, or the majority of it. At least 10 hours out of the day, your body is going to be burning fat. While during that 6-hour period for myself is when it's using the sugar, like glucose and all that, which if you want to go deeper into that, that can be in another video as well.
So I just want to jump in with just a few questions, just to help them also understand. So your fasting window does not include your sleep time, or does it include your sleep time?
So it actually does include the sleep time.
I'm just asking so that when they're calculating what hours, they know exactly. So including sleep time, how many hours total are you fasting?
18 hours.
Okay. And then how many total hours are you able to eat?
6 hours.
6 hours.
Yeah.
And so could you break down, or not necessarily break down, but between what times are you eating?
So for me, our training periods are in the evening. So my eating window is from 5 p.m. to 11 p.m. because we usually get home a little bit later from jiu-jitsu or getting a workout, usually finish a little bit later at night. And I want to add that extra in to have that meal kind of towards the end to allow my body to recover, my muscles just rebuild themselves more.
Okay. And so, and you maintain this Monday through Sunday, or do you just do this Monday through Friday, and then what days do you do this, or how often do you do it?
So typically I do it Monday through Friday or Saturday. I always allow Sunday in as a so-called cheat day, when I don't like calling it that, just because your body's going to adapt and run more efficiently on the energy source or how it's feeding itself, which is not what you want when you are trying to lose fat or lose weight. You want your body to run inefficiently because it uses more energy and burns more calories. So I use Sunday and sometimes I'll extend my eating window on Saturdays to kind of create that inefficiency in how my body runs, so it doesn't fully adapt to the intermittent fasting.
Okay. And so that's why I wanted to have him come on and share his experience with it, because he's definitely had great results with losing weight. Trust me, I've noticed. But yeah, so it's something that I think that we can also help others get, into and trying and see how it works for them. And again, the hours you adjust according to you, and you play around with it. It's something that you try and see if it works for you. So if you do have any questions, please hit our page up, Fit for Life. It is on Instagram. If not, hit us directly on Facebook. And if you have any other questions, that's what we're here for.
And there's one more thing I want to add, since you said that. Right now, my window, I have a 6-hour feeding window. That wasn't when I started, though. I started with an 8-hour feeding window, and as I adapted to that, I decreased it to 7 and decreased it to 6. So the 6:18 isn't everybody's feeding like that. There's plenty of people that have gotten really good results eating for 8 hours. So again, it's like she said, it's kind of based on you. You can adjust it to yourself.
So yeah. So just let us know if you have any questions, and that's what we're here for. So let us know. Fit for Life.